All right, guys. Good evening. Who is a member of my community? Welcome back. Who is not? Please do subscribe and let's talk. I had text. Gentleman was asking what time I'm here on live. I will go live. Actually, went now. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead. And as I said, I'm getting ready to travel, but it's not going to be tomorrow. As I said, the way it is, I have no idea, but it's going to be within 2 days, 2 weeks. Sorry. The uh, supposedly I can my arrange my social security faster than it's possible, the way I thought possible. But we will see. I will see it next week from here how it's gonna work. But in both cases, it's, um, who knows me already watching my videos. I have hotel and restaurant management degree, and I was a supervisor in security firm for 2 years supervisor, or total 5 years work. So for me, it can be some kind of a security job within hotel business, which is can be part time. So if I get my social security with no problem, and I work in a hotel as a security part for the hotel or for some kind of a resort, I'll be really fine. You see, when you're getting social security, you cannot make more than a specific more money just working. So I have social security in part time, which is for my life. It's okay, and we will see what's going to be with housing in Utah, or actually, I was thinking Nevada as well. We'll see where I'm going to get better pay. And what else is interesting is I've been to Las Vegas for more than 60 times. I started visiting Las Vegas in the late 80s. It's actually 6 hours drive from Salt Lake City, but at the time it was cheap. A regular breakfast in Las Vegas was $3.39. Then they will have a lot of stuff that is others. It was very simple. There was no pay parking. You can park directly on the street. And then there's a lot of stuff that is, as I said, the most expensive dinner was like $4.95 at the time. It was 1989, and the I will be. I see people are logging in, and I will start asking. I mean, answering questions when I'm done with my. I will finish whatever I have to say. So the thing is, as I said, the I everybody I met who went to uh, on vacation, not vacation, but on retirement full time, they died very fast after that. There's something happens to people when they retire. So people need to work just a little bit. So let's see. I see somebody's trying to offend me or something. I don't have a fucking clue what the why. So hello everybody who is saying hello. No, I'm not Santa, even though I'm actually thinking not this year, but maybe for next year I can work as a Santa. I speak three languages, so I can work several places, and I am actually keeping the beard, so I'm not going to be shaving unless I need to simply trim it more. But otherwise, Santa it's a good thing, but I'm not going to be happening this year. I like the idea before, but hello, Barry. How are you today? I don't have an exact date. As I said, it's going to be from now to Christmas time. So there's a couple of stuff I can finish here as well before I even go to Salt Lake City. And as soon as I get my answers, then we'll see. Lola, hi. I don't drink at all. Period. This is not gin and tonic. It's just regular water. It's mineral water from Eastern Europe. I had poisoning 2 years ago, and it burned my esophagus, it burned my stomach, it burned my. So actually, 2 years and a half ago, and this for 2 years and a half ago, I have a hit on my pancreas, and I have pancreatitis. And not just that, I have acid reflux, bad one. Nothing special. I'm cleaning and going through my stuff every day. There is a lot of stuff here to be gone through. As I said, if I go to Salt Lake City and I have to leave a lot of stuff here, so I'm checking whatever I can stuff of value pick up with me. Like as I said, I found my grandfather's silverware that was given to me in the 70s. It wasn't even used. It still has tags on them. So this type of stuff, I go through stuff. I said my mother was. She would just kind of not hide. She would put everywhere, somewhere, stuff that I don't expect to find, and then I'm simply gonna leave. You watch these movies when people get evicted or something. They it's just like horrible trash everywhere. But this is what it is. They go through every single stuff and they simply drop it on the floor and continue to next. And this is what I do. It's unbelievably currently it's horrible. And the I'm not gonna be joking, but you see, I will show it to you just in a sec, just a part of it. Look at this. I'm not gonna focus for a long time. Let's look. That's what it is. I have stuff that I pull out of a closet and I go uh, through pockets. As I said the other day, I was going through my mother's old pullover, and I put my hand say it in the pocket, and I find old ring, but it wasn't gold. But said, why not gold? But there's a lot of stuff, small stuff like this that people go through because before they leave, and then if something happens that fixes the situation, I simply gonna throw away a lot of stuff and I see and. But in both cases is the it's uncertainty and everything depends on money. If you have a lot of money, which I don't, simply, uh, when authorities who are running the banks or stuff, if they take over, if I got my money back, then I will simply keep it. And I always wanted to have actually two places of residence, but you have to be. What I realize, you have to be rich in a way to be something like this. So that's why most of the people cannot even close afford. Not just that, you are uh, nothing special. Actually, I had just beans. It sometimes helps me really good. It kind of suits my stomach. All right. Who else is there? Anything with the? Uh, I don't know. Some people write something. You see, you put some kind of head there. It's called is a stitch 1 2 3 4. I don't know what it is because I cannot see what kind of stuff you put there, what kind of a head you put there. You see, most of the people that do that, they usually try to offend me. I don't know what's going on. Lately, there's a lot of people that are online that are, they write me stuff that is, uh, when I do just regular postings. Uh, no, I have a Toyota small Corolla, and the what I want to say is that there's a lot of people they simply write not garbage, stupid stuff. They have this thing with just kind of a collecting numbers of words that don't make any sense, and it takes what the bots are. They try to sabotage the algorithm by entering specific words, and these words take the algorithm away from me in order to kind of people get lost, and the algorithm doesn't push you out to other people to see. And this is really strange, and it's happening here, and it's happening in my other Russian speaking channel where I have Sloboda US. They do it every time, and recently, specifically on the wake of future war, possible war between Russia and NATO. I do a lot of stuff about Cold War. You see, I don't know anything about now situation, political, but I know a lot of stuff about Cold War because of my family that worked in Angola, and my Bulgarian husband of my mother that was there, and now some stuff coming about him, which is really really interesting. And as I said, this was 1980s. They make a lot of at the time was a lot of secrets, and now 40 years later I am in the United States and I'm watching that going to be something like some kind of a conflict between Russia. At the time it was Soviet Union, so Ukraine and Russia were not in the war, they were one country at the time. And what I just wanted to say is this is what I do. I always do only Cold War. Whatever I know, whatever I put out there, I know from the Cold War time because some of my family members worked in Africa. Some of my family worked in for government in Europe when I lived there. As I said, my father's nuclear research was under secrecy, so I lived all my life pretty much with a lot of secrets. And people try to represent me like some kind of a bad person in order just simply to shut me up and stop me from searching things. And this is what I do, and I go as it's needed. I have stuff to deal with. For instance, if I, as I said, I need to go back to Salt Lake City because I'm developing medical condition. It's actually already developed it. It's 2 years and a half after poisoning. It needs some stuff to do. I had a herbal pharmacy of my own, like a side business, and it was almost 10 years. So I have people that I know in Salt Lake City that would find me doctors, or some doctors were actually coming to my place. I don't know what's your deal is. What's those? I know what those is, but what is the meaning of it? This is what it is. I said some people write some stuff that don't have anything to do with whatever I am saying. Okay, and the just put some stuff there just to write something. And what's the point of writing with there's no this thing doesn't make any sense. So that's what it is. And in general, they just what happens is just simply they sabotage the whatever the feed I have, and I miss stuff, and I have to go back and look what's going on, what's not, because I missed the messages and so on. So that's what it is pretty much. As I said, the if of course if I can fix stuff here, but. That's why I'm looking through. I'm getting my documents ready, to have stuff like this. When I get my documents, you don't have to request duplicates and so on. I'm cleaning my cameras. I have a part hobby, and it's photography. And when I have more time, like I get Social Security, there is photos to be sorted and taken, like in Utah, in Salt Lake City, or I have 5 years of photos here in Atlanta. So that's what it is pretty much. And interesting, interesting stuff that is can be done. When you hit specific age, you do not do stuff that other people do. And sometimes, if you have enough finances, which I don't. It means I will have to be working until I kick the bucket, and the you have to do extra stuff on the side. Plus, we don't know. With this situations we were talking about, um, um, Trump administration. He can suddenly he decided. Somebody can tell me like it did in the past. Uh, uh, you ask for. I don't know that if I'm under surveillance or not. I have no idea. But some people at my building that they do watch me. But the thing is that they can say like was in the past. Well, you ask too many questions. Like I'm talking about my mother's death and so on. In the past, I will do short summary about my mother's situation and her death. Maybe I will do it tomorrow, but I will simply post a video. I'm not going to be doing live. There's much more, and actually, um, the Cuban Missile Crisis that she actually was part of was there is a reflection of it in Angola War in Africa when Castro, Cuban leader, actually sent the troops there, and at the same time, my mother was there with her Bulgarian husband in Angola, and so there were ballistic missiles in Angola, and as I said, I was lucky that my family, in a way, was part of Cold War because I can call myself now, I'm Mr. Cold War or something. But of course, there's more people like there were, and stuff. But as I've been around for a very long time. I said I'm 62 years old. I'm pushing 63. So I've been in places where very few people were, and the military-industrial complex of former Soviet Union, where my parents worked and my mother worked specifically, I had a lot of stuff uh, that is I can say about, and it's very good. And the whole thing is, I'm not obligated to keep quiet about it because I wasn't part of military situation ever. And it's so many time passed, like 40 years, 50 years, like Cuban Missile Crisis and Angola. Cuban Missile Crisis was in the 60s. And so it's 65 years old ago, the Cuban crisis. The Kennedy they shot in 1963. This week, past week, it was 61 years old of assassination of Kennedy. And everything people say it's related to Cuban crisis, but Angola, the war with South Africa and the Rhodesia that now is Zimbabwe, it's even interesting more for me because, as I said, my stepfather was there, my mother's husband, my mother worked there, and I think the death of my mother is related somehow to this war. And it was a war with South Africa, South African Republic at the time, and the war is called Border War. It was from 1966 to 1989, and she was there in her early 80s, and she was robbed of her money, and not just robbed of her money. Um, I mean, she almost died there, and then she was invited to live in the United States after she defected, and I defected as well. But with me, I had different type of situations. But you see, we have very interesting ancestry and combination of family and family marriages. We are kind of we've been around a lot of good people, interesting people, the people with influence, but we never had big money. So with kind of a impoverished, I wouldn't say novelty, let's put it this way. And uh, we ended up in trouble, and this is how we ended up in the United States because nobody wanted us. My mother defected in Italy, but United States government offered her asylum, and she came here and lived for a very long time until somebody finished her here and something done to her. So I have another. Oh, it's yesterday's specialist. That was a guy yesterday or day before yesterday. He keeps writing garbage. I will just ignore and let him print shit there. So that's what it is pretty much. I will have another 5 minutes because, as I said, my I don't have I don't have an internet home Wi-Fi. I use my phone, and this way I'm just gonna be for now using my phone. We'll see. Um, as I said, since I lost my job, I made sure that I have access to my PayPal account, and I did. So there's a address there. As I said, any donation is appreciated. It's going to go back directly to to servicing of internet and this YouTube channel. Plus, there is okay, sir. I don't know yet. I'm sure I will be going. I don't know. It depends. I cannot sleep properly. So anyway, the only thing, as I said, I don't ask for money, but I never refuse. And there is another thing I will do. The only fundraising I will do, not now, but in the near future, is I need a mixer. A mixer, it's when uh, you do several videos, like tape them and do everything through iMovie and have them ready, and you do combination of uh, like a reportings. You have live that you talk like I do now, and then you just push the button and you send whatever you pre-recorded. It's like anchors do. People who the media, what they do, they have combination of live and pre-recorded, and that's what pre-recorded stuff. It's to be nicely done. The That you can combine them and do more interesting stuff, because when I have uh, when I do live and try to talk everything, sometimes you lose uh, kind of the following of your thought, and you don't sometimes not always do tell stuff. So what you do is just pre-record it in advance when you're not live, and then do combinations of introducing what you reported plus your live. So this is what I need a mixer for, and I'll do, maybe, as I said, one fundraising for this. I gave up on everything else. I will be losing my apartment. Highly likely, I will be losing my apartment. I don't know when. As I said, it can be within month. It can be within a year. They always get their money. So I will just simply, even if I travel to Salt Lake City and finish things, it depends of a lot of stuff there. I see everybody left for today. Great. Maybe not, but if it's great or not. But what I'm just simply gonna do is I'm just gonna go through this. Uh, so, as I said, anyway. So this is it pretty much. It's 1 more minute left, and I will go to do stuff. And as I said, otherwise, thank you. Whoever of you guys is watching, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, and then we will simply um, you know uh, talk. You can see the way I have uh, my information there, and not much you can do from strange people. But on the other hand, as I said, you can have I do what I do. I do it from my own experience in the past. This experience cost some of my family lives, and so it's kind of a experience of my own back badly said. All right, 25 minutes. And okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being there for me, and you have a good evening.